4-3.
So we just chatted about oil mining and how it's affecting small businesses around our country. And now we're going to talk a little bit about mining for miles, because not all credit cards are created equal. That's what Mordechai Czarka's website says. Morty, welcome to Get Down to Business.
Hey, Shalom. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
You bet. So, no, not all credit cards are created equal. That's what you say, and I know you do a good amount of credit card consulting and helping both individuals but also small businesses, which certainly is relevant to our listeners on earning points. Do you think that business owners might be smart in terms of what they do, but all too often, I guess a lot of business owners are throwing opportunities and throwing points away by not taking advantage?
Definitely. I would say most of the clients that I interact with are earning 1% cash back per purchase when there's a lot of cards out there that get you a lot better than that. The Capital One Spark Business Card can earn you 2% cash back or 2 miles per dollar. The real big return is with the Chase Ink card and Amex. They both have good cards for earning high returns on things like office supplies, cable bills, things that you're really going to be spending a lot of money on to support your small business.
So, but it's not just for small business owners, which certainly can take advantage of many of these corporate cards, but for individuals as well. Everybody loves to travel. Everybody loves to have great experiences. I know from watching your website and your blog, and of course we'll make sure to share that information with our loyal listeners shortly. I know that when you are able to take advantage of the credit cards by putting your routine expenses, you can actually take advantage of the points and the savings that are available. So as they say on many of the commercials, Mordechai, I have to ask you this question: what's in your wallet?
That's a great question, Shalom. Well, the banks are always competing to be the first in your wallet. But I'm a big fan of the Chase Freedom Unlimited card. Chase has sort of cornered the market in the past few years with travel rewards cards, and they just released a great new product called the Chase Sapphire Reserve. There's a high annual fee on the product, but for those who are looking to travel big, travel far, get a great return on their purchases, you're talking 2 points per dollar, 3 points per dollar on categories that you're going to spend all the time, like dining and traveling. Those are the good cards to start with.
Well, Mordechai, again, we're chatting with Mordechai Czarka of the website Mining for Miles, and we talked a little bit about some of your recommendations on small business and personal credit cards, but let's talk about credit. It is credit cards after all. In order to open the cards, you need to use credit in order to earn credit. Tell us a little bit about some of the tips that you are providing to your clients in terms of credit utilization and payment history. How do you recommend that small business owners or individuals use their credit cards safely and effectively?
Definitely. That's a great question, and it's a question I get all the time. Something that we take into account when we do the credit cards consult is personal credit history. So typically with your small businesses, for example, it's rare that the lender will pull the business credit file. So typically they're going to pull your personal credit file, and so they'll see all your credit accounts, your mortgage, your auto loan, student loans if you still have them, and every credit account. So what really makes up a majority of your credit health is the credit utilization, so how much credit you're using at a time, which you typically want to keep at 10% of total credit. So if you have $100,000 credit from all the banks that you have credit cards with, you don't want to be using more than $10,000 at a time, and payment history. So those are really two of the biggest things that will affect your credit history and your credit health. So if you can keep both of those in check, you'll have an easier time getting new cards more frequently and being able to maximize on the sign-up bonuses and the rewards. And
you make a point on your website, which I want to bring up today on Get Down to Business. You mentioned that the world is, credit cards are sort of a dime a dozen, and it's easy to get lost in the world of plastic. And I find that interesting. One of the things that you do for your clients, and again, we want to make sure that our listeners know how to reach you if they want to continue the discussion with you, is you actually have a consultative conversation with individuals, with business owners that have a specific plan in mind. They want to know, how can I travel to Europe? How can I visit somewhere? And increasingly in the world of American Express, and I believe Starwoods is certainly a good example, how can I earn the points for X, Y, or Z experience? And you actually help to develop the solution for them. Tell us a little bit about your background and why you decided to turn this passion into a reality.
Definitely. It's a great question, and you also bring up a good point. I started after college. I had my first job, and so I was able to report an income, and I got a credit card because I thought it was important to start building a history, but not for traveling, but really for a mortgage and auto loan, et cetera. And then my brother-in-law actually turned to me and said, "Why aren't you traveling for free? Why are you spending money?" And it sort of opened up this entire world, and I was able to get my first rewards card, and then 6 months later, another rewards card, and then since then, just been a constant continuation of the process. Being organized is really important, and I'm an organized person. I think that there's a lot of noise out there. It's a really crowded space right now, specifically award booking and credit card consulting. But it's not about what I do or what you do. It's about what is best for your business and best for you as a family. If you want to take your family to Hawaii, right? All four of you. How could you save money by doing that? And credit card rewards can definitely help you get there.
Well, for somebody like Mordechai Czarka, asking that question of what's in your wallet is not a safe question because I know you've had experiences with so many different companies and you know what's good and you know what's bad. But we are running out of time. Mining for Miles, Mordechai Czarka, if you don't mind sharing with us the website and how people can get a hold of you.
Definitely. So it's Mining for Miles, MINING, 4miles.com. There's an email, contact us button, and you can follow on Facebook or follow on Instagram.
And there's some great experiences that you've had as a result of these, of taking advantage of maximizing everyday purchases. Mordechai Czarka of Mining for Miles, thanks for joining us on Get Down to Business. We'll be sure to check back in with you again. Coming up after the break, we've got more tips, advice, and information for all of you small business owners. You're listening to the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Don't touch that dial.
Great